Hey y'all, it's Pocahontas. Welcome back to my channel. We about to talk about episode 4 of Joseline's Cabaret New York. Let's get into it. So the scene start off with Yummy and Wet Wet fighting. They had their little fight. We couldn't really tell who was winning. You just seen a bunch of little skinny ass arms flying and wigs flying. We don't know who won that fight, but they fought. Yummy look old as fuck. For her to be in her 20s, Yummy look old as hell. Like, she just looks a fucking mess. But so after they fight, Joseline's choreographer Ricardo come in the kitchen and he telling them to calm down and you know what I'm saying? Like telling them to chill out after the fight, and he basically just telling them like fighting should be the last thing on their mind. They need to be focusing on these rehearsals and shit like that. They need to be focusing on making the cabaret, basically. And so the girls still in the kitchen and they just talking and shit. And so bald head, small head start picking on Andrea once again, telling Andrea that she need to mind her business. Wet Wet saying she need medicine. And I was just confused because she didn't even do nothing. All she did was state her opinion and saying that Yummy shouldn't have attacked Miss Natural like that. How is she not minding her business? How is she like, they just picking on this girl for no reason because she ain't even do shit. So then Andrea started crying. She started crying and I feel bad for her. I hated that she started crying in front of them because that's just showing them girls a sign of weakness. Like, they already picking on her. They already see her as a weak link. That's why they picking on her. And then when she cried in front of them, like, I just hated that she did that because that just let me know Andrea about to be a target this whole season. Like, they about to pick on her. So she step outside with Abby and Yummy. Andrea step outside with them and they kind of just talking about the altercation and what happened, and Andrea and Yummy kind of got into it. Andrea kind of just she let Yummy have it and just walked back in the house. And I get being sensitive, like ain't nothing wrong with being sensitive, but in a house full of girls, they gonna see that's already picking on Andrea, they finna see that as a weakness and use that as even more of a reason to target her. So I just really feel bad for Andrea at this point because she came in the house chilling and motherfuckers just targeted her. Crazy. So Ricardo go and gather all the girls in the living room, gather them up in the living room, and he basically just repeating the same thing he said earlier in the kitchen. It was just all like, look, y'all got auditions, another round of auditions coming up. Josh about to eliminate some more girls. Y'all need to get ready, put y'all tennis shoes on, get y'all, dance moves together, get y'all body right. Cause y'all about to do another round. So they on their way to the rehearsals and they're going in separate buses. They on their way, it's 2 separate buses. So Yummy and Wet Wet on 2 separate buses just talking about what happened with they fight. Yummy be trying to act so fucking innocent, but really, Yummy, you a snake ass bitch. You was a snake ass bitch. I see right through that shit. So they get to the venue where they doing their rehearsals at. They all meet up with Ricardo and shit like that. Ricardo just teaching them the choreography, the routine. They dancing, you know what I'm saying? Getting their moves right, learning the shit. Joseline finally walk in eventually and she just got a stank ass attitude. And it's just all like, damn, Joseline, are you ever happy? Like, are you ever in a good fucking mood? Like, goddamn, ain't nobody even did nothing yet and you walking in with a stank face. So Joseline instantly walk in and just start being rude as fuck. Telling the girls they look like bulldogs. Telling them that everybody need to be looking at her with a smile on their face. And it's just all like, Joseline, I don't know who the fuck Joseline thinks she is. But you know what? Joseline act like this because these girls allow it. Y'all saw last season when Miss Natural snapped on Joseline. Joseline got it together real quick. Y'all seen that. A motherfucker gonna only do what you allowed him to do at the end of the day. If everybody stood up to Joseline and told her that they weren't gonna take that shit, Joseline wouldn't be doing that shit. Or would she? We don't know. So Joseline tell Yummy that she look like a roach with that wig on and she need to take that stupid shit off. And I'm just so glad that somebody finally told Yummy that them wigs was not it. Like, Yummy, I'm so glad somebody let her ass know. Like, them wigs look a fucking mess. Like, and even though Yummy look a mess either way, with the wig or without the wig, she honestly do look better without the wig. That shit that Yummy had on, it's a no for me, dog. So I guess after Yummy got embarrassed by Joseline telling her to take that fucking wig off, Yummy decided to snitch on Wet Wet, and she tell Joseline that her and Wet Wet got into a fight. And then Miss Natural step in and she talk about how Yummy brought a blade to the house. And Yummy just talking about some, yeah, I did. Yeah, you damn right, I'll slice a bitch mouth open. And I'm just like, damn, Yummy, ain't this the same Yummy that was just sitting on the Sprinter bus trying to act all innocent? Like, what the fuck? Are you innocent or will you cut a bitch? Which one is it? And Joseline just ended up telling Wet Wet that Wet Wet need to stay out of Yummy and Miss Natural business. Because I guess Joseline felt like Wet Wet was inserting herself into Yummy and Miss Natural bullshit. But clearly Joseline don't know what's going on, because by the time Yummy and Wet Wet fought, they had already had their own issues. So then Bald Head Small Head came out of nowhere mentioning Andrea, talking about how Andrea was inserting herself into the beef too. And I'm just like, girl, shut the fuck up. Andrea did not insert herself into shit. She didn't even say nothing. Like, what the fuck? All she said was Yummy shouldn't have did the shit. She didn't say nothing different than what the fuck everybody else was saying at home. How the fuck is she inserting herself into this shit? Y'all just trying to pick on that little girl. That's what y'all trying to do. And that's fucked up, because she ain't even did shit. And then they mentioning her voodoo doll and shit like that. And Joseline, she wasn't feeling that voodoo doll shit. She ain't like that voodoo doll shit. And so Joseline asked her about that voodoo doll shit. Like, Joseline was like, what's up with that voodoo? You do voodoo? And Andrea got scared and she lied and said that she don't practice voodoo, which we know is a lie, because in the first episode she mentioned that she does practice voodoo. So I feel like she just got a little scared because Joseline put her on the spot. So she backtracked and was trying to say that, you know, she don't practice that shit. But it's like, girl, you better own your shit. If you practice voodoo, you better say that shit. Don't give a fuck if nobody who like it. Tell the truth. Live in your truth. Live in your truth. I don't practice voodoo, but I'm just saying, like, live in your truth. If you practice voodoo, do that shit. If you a Christian, say that shit out loud. Like, don't let motherfuckers scare you into not being who you is. So Joseline basically tell Andrea that she just need to shut the fuck up, because these girls is really gonna target her. You know what I'm saying? And good advice, Joseline, but Andrea really ain't even been doing shit. She been shutting the fuck up. These girls just picking on her. I guess she an easy target. So they get the rehearsing again. They doing the rehearsals, and Joseline joining them in the rehearsals, and she just watching from the back, trying to see who she gonna pick for the cabaret. And I like this little routine that they learning. You know, it's a little cool, little cute routine. And some of the girls were saying that Blow Up Doll couldn't keep up with the routine, which I'm not really surprised, because all that silicone, like all that shit, that shit'll fuck you up. You can't even move right. You can't even, you know what I'm saying? Joseline, she get ready to pick her girls that's gonna perform with her at the Mayweather fight. So she picked Yummy and Miss Natural first, of course, because these two gonna keep up drama for the rest of the season. Even though Miss Natural can dance, you know, but we know why y'all picking Yummy and Miss Natural. And so then she also picked Andrea and Danny. Joseline had the other girls plead their case for why they should be picked for the cabaret. And so Joseline found out that Abby was trans. Apparently Joseline didn't know that Abby was trans. And Joseline was hella funny talking about something. I didn't know Abby used to be Abraham. Like, why the fuck would you say some shit like that? Like, just ignorant as fuck. So Joseline was like, she didn't believe Abby, so she had Abby go to the back, and she wanted Abby to show her punani. Joseline came back in and she was crying, and she said she was crying because she felt like the transformation is just beautiful. Like, she felt like the whole thing is beautiful. That's just so beautiful to her. And so she was crying, and it made her emotional. And so she ended up picking Abby for the cabaret. She picked Abby, but she let Abby know that Abby can't put her hands on none of the girls because Abby's still physically stronger than a woman. So they ended up voting Blow Up Doll out, which I understand, because she just got too much silicone to try to keep up with the moves. Like, and I'm just sitting there thinking, like, girl, how is you finna be on the pole? How is you, like, how you gonna keep up with all that fake ass shit in your body? They also eliminate the BBW girl. And I wasn't mad at that, because she was talking big shit on the bus. Like, she was really finna pop her shit just to get to audition, just to get to rehearsals, and to not do shit. To not look like shit, to not do shit. Like, girl, bye. You talked all that shit and couldn't even prove yourself, baby. And then they also eliminated another girl. I don't know her name, but she was very pretty. They eliminated her. And they was trying to vote. They said they wanted Wet Wet voted out, but Joseline said she was going to make the executive decision to keep Wet Wet, because, of course, Wet Wet bringing drama. So the rejects, they all outside the room. They out there crying. And I'm just like, what the fuck is y'all crying for? Y'all should be happy that y'all not a part of this cabaret, being exploited, being talked down to. Like, Joseline talked bad to you on this cabaret. Y'all should be happy. Fuck is y'all crying for? I'm trying to tell y'all, they like this shit. They like the shit. So then all of a sudden, Lucky pop up. Lucky fucking pop up after Joseline dismissed her ass and embarrassed the fuck out of her in public. Lucky come right back. And like I said, I'm telling y'all, they like this shit. They like this shit. Cause why the fuck are you coming back after Joseline done embarrassed you time after time after time again? Come on now, Lucky. Like, Lucky is just so lame to me at this point. Like, you sitting up here begging for a spot at the cabaret. Motherfucker don't even want you. And you sitting up here begging. It's not a good look, Lucky. It's not a good look. Lucky sitting up there, she done bought Joseline a gift, trying to buy her way back into the cabaret. And that shit just cringy as fuck. Like, I don't got no respect for bitches like Lucky. I don't. And so Joseline say she gonna leave it to the other girls to decide if Lucky should be in the cabaret or not. So all the girls, you know, some were saying no, but more girls said yes than they said no. And then Lucky gonna slip there talking about some, well, I'm not about to beg. Bitch, you been begging. You been fucking begging since the starting of this season. What the fuck you talking about? You not finna beg. You been fucking begging. Get the fuck out of here, Lucky. Like, for real. So they all made the executive decision for Lucky to stay in the cabaret. And Lucky started crying and shit. And I'm just looking like, really, Lucky? Like, what the fuck? Why do you want to be exploited so bad? Why do you want to be talked bad to? That's how you can tell Lucky ain't got shit going on. Lucky ain't got no other businesses going on. She don't got no other type of money to get. And her money running low, obviously, because why else? Why else? Clearly the money's running low. And she really don't got it like that for real. Because I just don't get it. What else? Why else would you want to? Why else? And she done already had other opportunities on Now That's TV and shit like that. So that's how you just know Lucky don't got shit else going on. That's why she begging to be back on this cabaret. But they end up letting her back, so we know Lucky gonna be the ass. She gonna be the ass end of the show. Joseline gonna make sure of that. But that was pretty much all of the episode. It was a decent episode. You know, we got to see the official girls of the cabaret. We got to see a little bit of the routine and shit like that. It was a decent episode. I was fucking with it. But that's all I got for y'all this week. Make sure y'all like my video. Subscribe to my channel. Show me some love. And I'll see y'all next week.